Imagine walking into a tavern in your favorite RPG. Instead of clicking through the same 4 dialogue options you've seen 100 times before, you simply speak. You ask the bartender about rumors. You question a guard about a murder. You convince a merchant to lower their prices. And instead of repeating pre-written dialogue, they answer you naturally. No dialogue trees, no scripted responses. No 2 conversations are exactly the same. It sounds like science fiction, but it's much closer than most gamers realize. For decades, NPCs have worked the same way. Developers write dialogue, players choose from a handful of options. The NPC responds with one of several pre-recorded lines. It's a system that's worked for years, but it's also incredibly limited. Every conversation eventually repeats. Every character eventually runs out of things to say, and every player eventually realizes they're talking to a script. Artificial intelligence could completely change that. Recent advances in language models have made AI capable of understanding natural conversations, remembering context, and generating responses in real time. Instead of selecting from a menu, players could simply talk, ask any question, say anything. The NPC would respond as if it were an actual person living inside the game world. Imagine asking a blacksmith where they learned their craft, or convincing a bandit to surrender instead of fighting, or interviewing every villager to solve a mystery without the game forcing you down a single path. For role-playing games, the possibilities are enormous. But conversation is only the beginning. Future AI NPCs may remember every interaction you've ever had with them. Help someone today. And weeks later, they still recognize you. Betray a kingdom. And word spreads naturally throughout nearby towns, instead of every player experiencing the same story. The world begins reacting to your choices in unique ways. Suddenly, every playthrough becomes personal. This could also solve one of gaming's oldest problems: repetition. How many times have you walked through a town only to hear the same line repeated over and over? The same greeting, the same warning, the same joke. After a while, the illusion disappears. AI could make every conversation feel different, even if you speak to the same character dozens of times. But this technology also creates new challenges. Games are carefully designed experiences. Writers spend years crafting dialogue, characters, and emotional moments. If AI generates every conversation, developers lose some control over how those stories unfold. An NPC might say something unexpected, or accidentally contradict earlier events. Creating believable AI characters isn't just about making them intelligent, it's about making them consistent. Performance is another challenge. Modern games already push hardware to its limits. Running advanced AI for hundreds of characters at once would require enormous computing power. Some companies are experimenting with cloud-based AI, where conversations are processed on remote servers instead of your PC or console. That makes the technology possible. But it also raises new questions. What happens if your internet connection drops? Do single-player games suddenly require online access? Who pays for the servers years after release? Perhaps the biggest question isn't technical. It's philosophical. If NPCs begin behaving like real people, will players treat them differently? Studies have already shown that many players feel guilty after harming believable virtual characters. As AI improves, those emotional connections could become much stronger. Players may build genuine friendships with companions who remember past adventures, develop personalities over time, and react naturally to every decision. For some people, those relationships may feel surprisingly real. We're already seeing early experiments. Developers are testing AI companions, dynamic conversations, NPC memory systems, and natural voice interactions. None of these systems are perfect. Not yet. But they point toward a future where game worlds feel less like scripted experiences and more like living places. The next revolution in gaming may not come from better graphics, or faster hardware. It may come from the characters themselves. Because once NPCs stop repeating scripted lines, they stop feeling like background decorations. They begin feeling alive. And when that happens, video games may become more immersive than anything we've experienced before.